Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're in Switzerland and, as usual, in search of masters and PhD opportunities. So, we'll also be looking at the breakdown of the stipend of the offer that you'll be receiving in some of these universities. So, how to plan your finances even though you'll be receiving financial assistance from these universities. So most of them are fully funded. Most of them are in top universities in Switzerland. So bring out your pen and paper as we look at these opportunities together. But remember, the links to this site will be below this video as well. So today we have varieties of universities to look at today. The first one we'll be looking at is EPFL. I believe this is the École Polytechnique Fédérale Lausanne with several fully funded master's programs. We'll be looking at PhD programs and probably masters as well at the University of Basel, also in Switzerland. And there is this Institute of Biomedical Research, also looking for PhD students and master's students. And then we have at ETH Zurich, top university in Europe, top university in the world, also with several funded opportunities. St. Gallen, also another popular university in Switzerland, is also offering several numerous opportunities for postgraduate students. So it's a lot today, lots of wonderful, generous opportunities that you do not want to miss. Before we continue, remember our sponsors, Amber. Amber is a student accommodation booking service. So just type in the name of your city, let's say Aberdeen, and then it takes you to numerous clean, affordable student accommodation all around the UK, even in the US, in Australia, in Canada, and several other countries around the world in the EU as well. So take advantage of this and yes, get yourself a good, comfortable accommodation as you study. So let's begin. So the first one is the Master Excellence Fellowship at EPFL, EPFL, and I've opened the document already. Just click on this link to take you to this document here. So it's for master's programs and for international students. International students searching for master's programs at this university, funded master's programs to be precise, at the APFL University in Switzerland. So before we go into the bits, I've highlighted some key information here. Why you should read this on your own? Because of time, we'll go through just the key information. But before we even look at these, you might want to check out the courses, the varieties of courses available at this institute. So there is a long list of different courses offered at the institute. So I believe any of these courses would qualify for the Excellence Scholarship that I'll be looking at first of all. So the first bit of information that caught my attention is this one here, that those who have masters already shouldn't apply because they won't qualify for this fellowship. So if you have a master's and this is going to be your second master's, you won't get funding essentially. So it's for those with just BSc looking for master's opportunities. So what is the financial worth of this scholarship? In case you're interested. So it's worth 10,000 Swiss franc. 10,000 Swiss franc per semester. And I think you have 2 semesters in a year, so 20,000 Swiss franc, I believe. And that's a lot of money. Then you also get a reservation of the student accommodation. So they reserve, when you get the fellowship or the scholarship, they also reserve a room for your accommodation suites for you in the university. And of course, you also get your certificate of award. However, you have to pay your rent and every other expenses from this stipend that will be given to you. From this 10,000 Swiss franc, you pay your rent, you pay insurance, and whatever cost that you need. We'll be talking about that shortly on how you break down the expenses. So there are lots of info here. I think you still need to read on your own. But we're going straight to the some important bits I want to bring to your notice. And it says the payment you will receive, that's the 10,000 Swiss franc, you'll be paid as you begin your semester. So why get yourself to Switzerland and then you'll be given the money. And the money will be paid in a Swiss bank account. So you're not going to be sending it to your local account in whatever country you're based, whether it's Ghana or in India or Pakistan or Nigeria. No, you have to look for a way to come first to Switzerland, then open a bank account and the money will be sent there. And now there is another important bit of information. They said it might take time. I think I should read this verbatim so you get it from the horse's mouth. As it might take some time to proceed to the first payment. Fellowship holders should take money with them to cover expenses for the first month. So this is very clear. Since you need to get a bank account, you need to be settled before you get your stipend. So you might want to bring some money with you to hold yourself until your stipend comes. I think this is a very important bit of info you shouldn't forget. So have some money with you, whether it's personal savings, whether it's from family, whether it's borrowing. Until you're settled, you've opened a bank account, you've paid your rent probably or about to pay your rent. And then when you get the stipend, you can reimburse yourself or pay back your loan if you took a loan or something. There are other bits of info here you might be interested in. So they said here that the average budget of a student in Switzerland, the cost of living for a month is 2,000 Swiss franc. So for a year, I'll be needing close to 12,000. So as we said initially, a semester is about maybe 4 months, you know. So that's 10,000 would likely help you cover this cost. However, you can also work in Switzerland. However, non-EU citizens are allowed to work 6 months after their arrival. So you cannot start working immediately after you enter Switzerland. You have to wait for 6 months before you're able to work. That's the immigration rule in Switzerland. So there are other things here you might want to read on your own if you're interested in this scholarship. So remember the varieties of courses we looked at, from engineering, architecture, communication science, basic science, life science, technology management, humanities. So let's move to another university, shall we? Now, this is the University of Basel, and straight away we'll just filter the search and probably type PhD there. And these are the numerous PhD opportunities at Basel and even postdoc as well. So I can see one in history. This is hydrogeology. So check closely and see if there's any here that aligns with your interest. So I talked about this briefly as well. This is a research institute, a biomedical research institute, looking for PhD applications as well. And the application procedure is just well stated already, clearly stated. And if you need to ask further questions, there are also email addresses here that you can consult as well. So they've made it easy for you. If after reading you have a question or two, send them an email. So let's go to ETH Zurich. Again, we can also look for master's opportunities here. So we'll go for PhD opportunities and see what they have in store for us. And since Switzerland, a number of universities use German, I think some even French and some English. So pay attention to the language proficiency of the vacancy. So some, I think most of them require just English, but for those that require French or German, also pay attention to them. Make sure you have the proficiency. So you can see different courses here. So the ones written in English, I believe, is just English proficiency you need. But the ones written in German might be a bit of a problem for those who do not speak or write German. So this is PhD position in security politics. I would have been interested in this if I weren't a PhD student already. So the applications requirements are clearly stated here. As a letter of interest explaining your skills, your motivation, CV, a research proposal, um, a two single authored writing sample. We've talked about how to prepare all these documents already on my YouTube channel. So this is my channel, guys. Just scroll down a little and see how to prepare these documents. Letter of motivation, statement of purpose, research proposal, all of them are here. How to prepare them, how to send an email to a professor if you need to do that. This might not be necessary for those studying for a master's. For a PhD, you want to check whether you need, very likely, you might need a supervisor in there, and you might need to send supervisor an email. I mean, particularly to this Swiss opportunities I just shared with you. And this, of course, is how to write an academic CV. And statement of purpose are also here, the formats and step-by-step guidance on how to write these documents. So in case you need help on these documents, we've got you covered. So this is ETH Zurich. We have one more university to go, and that is University of St. Gallen. As usual, you can type here PhD, and then there are different kinds of PhDs here. This one is in strategic management. Okay, I think this has to do something with medicine. This is in digital communication, political science, human computer interaction, in healthcare, business model for healthcare platforms. So you can see there are several opportunities here. And by the way, PhD students and master's students are well remunerated, well paid in Switzerland with high standard of living, high remuneration. So if you get, or when you get rather, one of these opportunities, you're going to be living a comfortable life. Let me just put it that way in Switzerland. The cost of living is high, by the way, but the student stipend is also high to meet up with the cost of living. So that's it, guys. Numerous funded masters and then PhD opportunities in Switzerland. So take advantage of these opportunities and get to work. If you're not clear on anything, send them an email. If it's something you think we can resolve in the comment section, fine, also put it in the comment section. And if you've not subscribed already, this is probably a good time to do so. Subscribe, leave me a comment. And as usual, guys, we cannot wait to celebrate you. Take advantage of these opportunities as soon as you can. And we're here shouting your name, cheering for you. Bye bye for now, and see you at the top.